Hello buddy, time for another quick video. Now, something I've been trying to set up for quite a long time is getting two single seats in the front. That gives us a little walkway to, if he's absolutely chucking down outside, which we found when we were in the lakes recently, we don't need to get outside to get back in and get wet. So I managed to source some seats, and today I'm trying to get those put in, so let's go and have a look. As you can hear, heater's on, it's quite cold, so let's go and see what we can do. And as you can see, we've got a bit of a storage unit that's currently hung onto the back seat. So the first thing to do, get everything sort of cleared out, give us access so we can start getting the old seat out. So the first thing I've got to do is actually take this seat base out. Now, it's actually fixed down with these T50 bolts down onto the floor, so shouldn't take too much. Get that out, and I do need to disconnect some wiring just under there, which is for the seat belts, but let's get cracking on that now. Another thing we do need to do is that, because with these on the normal Vivaro, the seat belt is actually attached to the seat base on here, so just need to take that out now, which won't take long. One set of seats out, on to the next job. And so from the remains of what was a builder's van under there, it's going to need a bit of a wipe round, but essentially you can see these little bits here. These are little spacers which go down to the holes in the floor, and you've got essentially this little mushroom where the base slides onto on there. That's got to be moved down into this corner here to actually accommodate the seat base. What we've got is a single seat base from a driver's seat, same as that one, and they're pretty much identical and they fit either side, but you do have to cut a couple of little bits out. Sorry about the traffic noise. A couple of bits out to actually get these spaces in so you can actually bolt it down. Nothing too major, but what I'll do is sort of get all this marked out and need to come up with something to fill the holes that it leaves behind. But yeah, we'll get that sorted, and hopefully it'll look a bit more like it should do. Now if I just lift that up, you can see this little disc here, and that's actually covering one of those bolt holes, which is for the seat base. Like I said, they are quite handily a left and right hand drive van from factory. It's just how things are bolted in, so all the fixings are in the floor. So there's the bolt hole there, so that's what I'm going to use, but like I need to make a little bit of a cut in this foam up here so I can get the spacer in and actually sort of get that lined up, but I've got a little trick to actually get that right, so we'll do that now. So what we'll do, put one of the spacers in, and I don't know whether you can see that, but it's lined up with the bolt hole, and get the foam to press it down onto it like that, and it leaves a lovely indentation. So get the knife, get that cut out, and we can start on the next one.
5 minutes later.
So that is the hole cut out, and essentially this spacer just drops into there, and the seat base sits on top. Now it looks a little bit rough and ready, but I'm not too worried because you're not going to be able to see it when the seat base is down, so yeah, not too much of a problem. So the next one I need to do is here. Now handily, the battery cover does have a cutout already there. I just need to get the cutout made actually on the the foam back in itself. So I'm getting that planned out and getting that sorted. Obviously we are going to have a couple of holes, one there, one over there, left over, and what I might do is just 3D print a cap and just glue that on there so it just tidies it up. But yeah, it's coming together. So a couple of cuts, quite a bit of hoovering out, get rid of the crap on it, but this is what we've got now. Spacer in the corner, the existing hole, new spacer there in the new hole, come across here, new spacer there in the new hole, hole to be filled there, and a hole to be filled back there. So I suppose it's time to actually test fit the new seat. So it's not bolted down yet, but that's the first of the new seats in. Yeah, quite a lot tidier than the old ones. So I've got to bolt it down yet, sort out the pre-tensioners, but I think it's going to work quite nicely. So because the seat runners kind of meet up but not perfectly, what I've used are these, and it's actually some box section that I've cut up, and it's 2mm thick, really strong stuff. I'll just take you down here, just lift this flap up there. You can see where the blocks are. It's close to meeting up, but not quite, so I've actually sort of spaced it out a little bit. Now normally what you do, you'd actually sort of come across the entire bit, but this side is actually lower than that side, because the seats are from a Peugeot 208, mainly because they're very comfortable and relatively accommodating. So that side is bolted directly to the seat base, and that one is using the spacers. Bolted down, high tensile bolts, so they're certainly not going anywhere, and those box sections are actually double the thickness of the metal in the seat base anyway, so not a problem at all on that strength wise. But yeah, I think it's going to work quite well, so I'm going to take it out and get started on the next seat. Okay, so what I've done, I've removed the passenger seat again because it'll be easier for me to actually get into, because I can't remove the base on this because obviously I put the heater in and I had a problem with removing the seat base at the time, so it's one with the seat base, so easier for me to actually leave the seat base in and actually do all the attachments and fittings while it's in place. So I'm going to crack on with that now, basically just remove these sort of T40s that hold the seat in and get that out of the way. So that's the seat out. You've seen me take it out a few times if you watch the videos. Simple thing, just T40s each corner, out you come. Like I said, the only difference we've done this time, taking the seat belt off because that'll be attached down here onto the base, which I'm going to mark up and drill through in a minute. Then we'll sort of get everything hoovered out, then we'll start getting the new seat into place. Now this shows you the underside of the seat base. Now these runners here are the lower one, so they'll fit straight onto the base. These ones have these little sort of locator prongs, and they'll actually sit slightly out, but it means if I drill a hole for that one to make everything line up, that keeps that nice and secure, and the other block literally can just butt up to there and it just comes out absolutely spot on. So I'm going to get it mounted to the driver's side base now and then start making the blocks up. So with the seat dropped onto the base, I'm going to drop the 2 bolts that go directly onto the base in. One reusing are these sort of plates that are on the original seat setup, so that with a nice high tensile bolt straight through there. Let's get that one lined up, so tighten that down and concentrate on doing the other side. Nice and tight. So take 5, have a brew. It's getting there. Took a bit longer than we thought, expecting a couple of hours. So we're in the midday traffic run now, so that'll be able to hear me all right. But yeah, time to stop for a brew. Maybe have a bit of a lunch, a lunch stop, and yeah, get cracking on. But if just pan you around into here, you can see why I left this seat out to do that one. It's going to be a lot easier because we can't remove the base. But yeah, it's tethered on the other side, so it's just a case of getting the blocks in, get it all levelled, and yeah, job done. We've got new seats. Right, T-brake over. What I've done, I've actually put all the blocks in place, marked out where that little prong's going to go, marked out underneath where the bolt action to the seat base is going to go. So drop it in the workmate, get that drilled up now. One thing I did discover when I was doing the other one is to get the bolt in that actually bolts it onto the base, I need to notch this out to have to get the bolt in there, because of the length of the bolt that I use and sort of the depth of the box section. It just needs that notch out there. Doesn't alter the strength of it at all, 'cause it's all down to the box itself. But yeah, so that's the first part done. Let's go and get a test fit done. Okay, so that's that first block fitted. You can't really make it out too well. Try and get you in there. Basically that's the bolt that goes through. Big plate on the back, washer on the top, so it's all nice and tight. What I need to do now, drill through there and come straight the way through the block, and then that'll be nut and bolted with a nice big 10mm bolt, nice and securely. And there we go, one pretty hefty 10mm bolt on there, absolutely rock solid, not going anywhere. So time to get the back one done and we'll get it all bolted together. And there we go, one pair of seats fitted. I think you agree, they look a little bit different to the old ones, but we've got this lovely little sort of access way now in the middle, so literally pull up. It's a bit ropey, get along there, get around the side. What we'll have to do, make a little sort of trim panel there just to hide that out of the way, because obviously it's not behind the seats anymore. But other than that, yeah, absolutely perfect. The seats that I actually bought were from a Peugeot 208. Memories mean I'd sat in the seats before, actually in a Peugeot 208. I thought they were actually quite comfortable. I had a bit of a look and figured I could probably actually make them fit the runners, and yeah, it seems to have worked perfectly. Height wise, they're brilliant. They sit about an inch higher than the original ones, so nothing too bad at all. So comfort wise, they're absolutely spot on. Like I say, tried them in the actual sort of 208 car itself, thought they were pretty good. Managed to get an absolute cracking deal from the breakers on these. They're like new condition, they just need a little bit of a scrub, a little bit of a hoover, and they've been absolutely spot on. But yeah, great job. If you need to know anything, information about sort of the bits I've used or anything like that, drop us a message down below. Like I say, a lot of it's more sort of, I did it in my head then made it work, so it's one of those sort of things. But yeah, they've worked brilliantly, they're really comfy, and we're ready now to sort of get out and give them a try. Hopefully, I'm going to say fairly soon, I'd sort of give them a bit of a test, get out and about. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the video there, please do give us a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. There'll be bits and bobs going on, a few little trips out as well. But yeah, excuse the cars, but thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.